It's time now for the morning rush. 19-year-old Abram Martinez is waking up in prison this morning. He was sentenced yesterday for the murder of Isaiah Herrera. In February 2021, Martinez, along with two accomplices, killed Herrera when they met in Nambe for a marijuana deal. He will spend more than a decade behind bars. Martinez was the 15-year-old with behavioral issues who was tased multiple times by a deputy at Espanola Valley High School back in 2019.
A New Mexico State Police sergeant remains out of jail on ankle monitor, accused of rape and awaiting trial. Sergeant Kevin Kiner is on leave while he faces charges of raping a woman who had been drinking and called him to take her home. In an interview with investigators, Kiner says the alleged incident was consensual, while the woman says she blacked out and came to with Kiner on top of her.
A drunk driver responsible for a crash that sent an Albuquerque police officer to the hospital will spend the next year and a half in prison. 28-year-old Vaughn Stans plowed into APD officer Josh Montaño at Eagle Ranch in Irving last June. Stans previously took a plea deal pleading no contest to causing great bodily harm by reckless driving. Yesterday, Judge Clara sentenced Stans to 18 months in prison. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. It is going to be a cool morning out there, so wear your warmer layers. Nice and pleasant by this afternoon with just a light breeze and 60 degrees.
The proposed Benny Hargrove bill that would punish parents for gun crimes committed by their children has now cleared its final hurdle in the legislature and is now expected to be signed by the governor. That measure allows an adult to be charged if they fail to keep a gun secure and a child uses it to hurt or threaten someone.
The city of Santa Fe is delaying a vote on replacing the controversial obelisk on the plaza. This comes after the city had deferred the question for months, awaiting a survey that asked the public what should be done with what's left of the obelisk. The council decided to table the vote until they can either hold a special meeting to discuss the replacement or until the next council meeting in 3 weeks.
A reform of New Mexico's election laws has now cleared the Senate and will head onto the governor's desk once the House approves changes. The bill allows anyone to opt into a permanent absentee voter list and restores voting rights for felons released from prison. It also automatically registers or updates a citizen's registration. That's when they change their address or show documents at the MVD. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is low. We're only dealing with some fog in southeast New Mexico around Hobbs, and the rest of us are going to be quiet and pleasant today.
A proposed law wants to study New Mexico education systems from pre-K through high school graduation. At the moment, state law only allows the legislator's Education Study Committee to put together reports and budget and policy recommendations for K through 12. The bill proposing the study passed the Senate Education Committee unanimously.
The city of Santa Fe is working hard now to repair potholes throughout the city. As part of the city's Pothole Palooza, 2 crews are working at least 10-hour shifts 4 days a week. That's to speed up the pothole repair process. Since last week, they say that they filled more than 1,000 of them.
Aztec High School in San Juan County is teaching students a new trade, building and fixing bikes. The program is in its first year with about 20 students. The curriculum was developed by a nonprofit organization called Project Bike Tech. More than 100 students are already signed up for the class next year. Erica.
All right, a check on traffic. And the maps are looking clear. No accidents or slowdowns. Tracker is going south on I-25 near Lead and Coal. Looks like everything is still moving at speed.
Time is running out to check out a mouth-watering exhibit at the Natural History and Science Museum in Old Town. Chocolate, the exhibition closes this Sunday after a 10-month run. Now, ahead of the final day, guests can take a deeper dive during the Sweet Saturday. That's on the 11th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5 this morning, time is running out, as we mentioned, to check out a mouth-watering exhibit at the Natural History and Science Museum in Old Town, Albuquerque. Chocolate, the exhibition closes this Sunday after a 10-month run. Now, ahead of the final day, guests can take a deeper dive during Sweet Saturday. That's on the 11th with tastings and more. That'll run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
At number 4, the City of Albuquerque's Landmarks Commission might be looking to make a bridge on historic Route 66 a city landmark. During yesterday's meeting, a historic preservation planner explained the significance of the bridge on Central between Tingley Drive and Sunset Road. In 1926, Route 66 through New Mexico was 507 miles long, and by 1937, it had been reduced to 399 miles, in part because of the bridge. The commission will make a decision after getting input from the state, who maintains the bridge.
And at number 3, we will see cooler temperatures in northwest and central New Mexico today, dropping by about 10 degrees from yesterday's highs and topping out only around 60, which is near normal in Albuquerque. We'll be seeing warmer temperatures across the east and south, where we'll climb back into the 70s.
At number 2, Santa Fe City Council is once again delaying a vote on the redesign of the controversial Obelisk on the plaza. This comes after the city had deferred the question for months, awaiting a survey that asked the public what should be done with what's left of the obelisk. Many waited late into the evening to speak at last night's meeting. The council decided to table the vote until they can hold a special meeting for the replacement or until the next council meeting scheduled in 3 weeks.
And at number 1, a New Mexico State Police sergeant remains out of jail on ankle monitor, accused of rape and awaiting trial. Now we are now hearing his interview with investigators, claiming last month's encounter was consensual. Sergeant Kevin Kiner is on leave while he faces charges. Now the woman says that she had been drinking when she got into an argument with her brother. She then called Kiner, who was a friend of hers, to pick her up. Now Kiner was on duty at the time, but took her to his Las Vegas home. That is where the woman says she blacked out and woke up with Kiner on top of her. Now, in a cell phone recording, the woman accuses Kiner of taking advantage of her. Kiner says that while the two had never had sex prior to that, they had talked about it.